Thursday night. It's been 3 days. 3 days since I last did a live review. And yeah, WrestleMania weekend was a fun weekend. It was one of those weekends that just got me so energized again for wrestling. Then, second night, that Fiend and Randy Orton booking that started teasing what I knew what was yet to come. And then I watched Raw this past Monday. Didn't make it to the main event because I fell asleep. The Raw after WrestleMania put me to sleep. And it was just nothing but a flat out reality check. That's all it was. That's all to me this past Monday night was. It was just a reality check that things just are no different. WrestleMania may have been an awesome weekend. Fun show. Got to see people like, Bobby Lashley, Rhea Ripley get some of the biggest victories of their career for sure on the biggest stage of them all. Several other people, several other classic of matches that we saw. And then we watched Raw. And it's just a reminder that nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. I've had no desire to review wrestling this week. And I just don't have any desire to talk about wrestling, especially Monday Night Raw. It just sucked the life out of me. So, now I'm finally here. Because I did promise to at least do WrestleMania week. And then starting next week, I don't know. Maybe I'll do just a brief recap or something like that. But I'm done. I'm just done focusing on these crummy ass wrestling shows. Monday Night Raw mainly. And it gives me the crap it gets. And it's not just crap that's like, okay, we're trying something, but it's just not working. It's, we're doing something, we know it's bad, but we're still gonna do it. Because Vince is just freaking ridiculous. And I know, it was a year ago today, April 15th, it was Black Wednesday, as we called it, when the WWE released a lot of superstars due to the pandemic. Well, today, 1 year later, they did again. And last I heard, we have probably about 10 wrestlers who got released. And apparently we're not done. I thought we were, because they did a little badge and that was it. But before I went live, I happened to see on Twitter, apparently Mojo Rawley got released also. And we also, apparently there was a cryptic tweet posted by Naomi. So, that one, I'm going to wait on. I mean, I would love to come up here and talk about those releases. That's a hot topic to talk about for wrestling right now. Not Monday Night Raw. But, I want to make graphics for that. So, I have a busy couple days. Give me some time. I mean, I'll try to start making graphics tonight, but I want to wait and see how many more people actually do get released. Because it looks like they may not be done. So, hold off on the releases. Actually, to at least start off with, I'll at least, give, the latest list as to who got released so far today. Today, as we speak, again, the last one I heard for sure was Mojo Rawley. We have Billy Kay, Bo Dallas, Chelsea Green, Kalisto, Mickie James, Mojo Rawley, Peyton Royce, Samoa Joe, I emphasize that one big time, Tucker, and Wesley Blake. And again, like I said, we're going to cover those in a different video. But that's the latest I heard. For now, I'm going to at least briefly talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw. I'm going to try, I do have my other shows I watch coming on at 8 o'clock that I want to watch tonight. I'll try to make graphics, maybe try to do NXT. I was trying to do, again, Tuesday night I watched NXT. I was trying to review Raw that night, but I ended up doing some other things I had to take care of, and I got tired out. Last night, I watched AEW. But again, I just had no desire to come up here. I was craving, again, I'm craving other things. Guys, I have this big basket right here of a bunch of, sitcoms that I'm going back and watching right now. And I'm enjoying them. I'm having fun. I want to review some of these suckers, which I definitely want to do, but the one I want to start with, I'm in the middle of several others right now. But I do know which one I want to start, but I want to review some sitcoms. Just, again, I want to do something different. But just with my job, and then, with this being my main content, it's exhausting. So, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to completely not do wrestling, but I just don't want to focus so much at doing worthwhile reviews if there's nothing to talk about, which is Monday Night Raw. And I said for weeks I'm going to at least get to WrestleMania, but now that WrestleMania is done, I just don't, I feel like it may be time I just step back for a little bit. Or maybe just, do my reviews like once a week or something like that. I don't know, but something's got to change. Because I'm craving some new things. And two, shows like this episode of Raw just really make me hate wrestling. But shows like WrestleMania made me love wrestling. But here's the thing. Bad shows happen, as I always say, yes. But a show like this, that was obviously on purpose, that's, of course, where I draw the line and say, okay, yes. But yeah, so I am going to have to fix, of course, the tags also, because we'll finally get to this Raw review and talk about the show briefly. What's going on, guys? This is the Club of Demand 1900. After an 8-minute introduction, 8-minute rant, which is not the end of this rant, of course. We are here live to talk about this week's episode of Monday Night Raw, starring Bobby Lashley and Rhea Ripley, who are now, of course, one of the many fresh changes I had to make to my backgrounds. Well, Bobby Lashley's already here, but I just gave him a more recent one. And Rhea Ripley, obviously, the new Raw Women's Champion. We're going to review the Raw after WrestleMania, which is always one of the best shows of the year. Would be so surprised with it. There was literally no surprises. We had 2 returns, but they both were, well, 3 people had to return, but it was current superstars, and it was just like, meh, who cares? That's what it felt like. Who cared about this episode of Raw? This Raw was just garbage. So bad. And again, it wasn't one of those shows that's like, they tried, but it just didn't work. It was one of those shows where like, everything was just deliberately on purpose. It was deliberately on purpose. Like, you couldn't tell me that everyone agreed, except for Vince McMahon, that having the booking they did for, like, Nia Jax and Mandy Rose, you can't tell me that was all agreed upon. That was all of a Vince thing. You can't tell me that the new Hurt Business was agreed upon. That was a Vince thing. Oh, you want the Hurt Business back? Well, here's a new Hurt Business. Enjoy. Yeah, it's... Let's just get into it and talk about it. Again, it's going to be... This review is probably not going to last too long, but let me just first check the live chat first. What's up, JR? And why the hell does Charlie get another title opportunity if she was wrestling their backlash? Oh, probably Charlotte against Rhea Ripley. We'll talk about, of course, that. WWE can't get rid of Lana, but they can get rid of Samoa Joe, which, yes, I will talk about that in another video, of course. Wrestling gone soft. Wrestling just, like I said, without the fans, wrestling just is not the same. Like I said, I don't feel like wrestling works with a piped-in crowd. It has to work with an organic crowd. That's how it works. That's how you feel the energy, not how you feel the glow. You feel the energy. By the way, anybody in the live chat, if you hear any more releases at all during any of my streams tonight, because I'm going to try to go live more than once tonight to catch up the best I can. But if you're any more releases, please let me know down in the live chat. Because the last one I heard was Mojo Rawley, and people are starting to speculate Naomi, because Naomi posted a cryptic tweet just a few minutes ago, apparently. But yeah, let's just talk about this episode of Raw. Just go through it very quickly. We open up with a non-title match with Bobby Lashley and Matt Riddle. Apparently Matt Riddle was annoying Bobby Lashley. I mean, why wouldn't anybody be annoyed by Matt Riddle? Again, Matt Riddle is not, fun to hear from anymore. I miss the days where he cut the great promos down at NXT. He would cut the stuff even though it was corny, how much fish could Bobby Fish fry. Again, the work he did with Pete, when he teamed up with Pete Dunne, he was awesome. Now he's cutting these promos sound like a complete dumbass and just sounding so annoying, riding around with scooters. He's jumping into the ring, and whenever his pyro goes off, when he flops his flip-flops off, you see birds now flying through. It's just he's become Vince McMahon's latest child's play toy. And he's literally just toying around with Matt Riddle and just making him look absolutely ridiculous on live TV. And he's got to get off TV, because he's a joke. So, and they only gave him the U.S. title because Keith Lee wasn't around. Which, okay, we'll have seen Keith Lee get the title, but yeah, so that's the only reason why they gave it to him. Another situation, just like Braun Strowman in 2020 last year, whenever he was Universal Champion, they didn't want him to be Universal Champion. They needed him to be Universal Champion. So they didn't want Matt Riddle to be United States Champion. They needed Matt Riddle to be United States Champion, which is why he dropped it to Sheamus. So Matt Riddle, for the millionth time, loses to Bobby Lashley, because they had him lose to him 5 times in a row, and then giving him the U.S. title, which was brilliant booking, by the way. Brilliant booking. No. Rhea Ripley cuts on promo how she's apparently confident in herself, and she has a rematch against Asuka later on in the show. Speaking of Bobby Lashley, they had his former Hurt Business buddies, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Why did they split the Hurt Business even though it was working? Because Vince didn't like it. Well, guess what, Vince? You're going to, after what you did tonight, basically you were taking your new Hurt Business, saying, here's a Hurt Business. You want a Hurt Business? Here it is. You got it. You happy? You'll be happy, and you will like it. Just like, of course, CM Punk goes, you apologize, and you will like it. We'll get to that, of course, in a little bit. But Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin jobbed. That's right, they jobbed. They jobbed out to the returning Viking Raiders. The Viking Raiders are back after being gone for quite some time because Ivar got injured. So they're back. But remember when we used to care about them? Now do you? We're back to some turkey leg romance and the whole, you're cute, not so much. I am pretty sure Vince McMahon just laughs his ass off every time he saw that. Like I've said, comedy is not meant for everyone. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't get released yet, because Vince gave up on the Authors of Pain when they got hurt. They had a couple different injuries, but I thought maybe that they would eventually fall under that path as well. But then again, if they dared to even release another tag team, they'd be just so ridiculous, because they have no freaking tag teams. And the ones you have, they're getting booking like this, or treated like a jobber squad. So yeah, we had the former Hurt Business job out the real Hurt Business job out to the Viking Raiders as they returned. Asuka says she's ready to bring the fight and get her Raw Women's title back. Then we also have the return of, say with me guys, Charlotte Flair! Charlotte Flair made her return. Complaining about how she was not on WrestleMania for reasons, blah, 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 this, and that. I've heard millions of reasons. I don't know what the true one, but yeah, she's back. But basically, she cut some promo where she calls Rhea Ripley and Asuka snakes, saying that adding that Karma is indeed a bitch, and she doesn't steal opportunities, she is opportunity. So, of course, I'll have to do a turn alert later. Charlotte Flair is a heel again. They go back and forth. And, of course, I continue to say, this time her being a babyface absolutely made no sense. Charlotte Flair does not really respect Asuka. She does not. They can't, again, the back and forth booking, they can't convince me that Charlotte Flair has a babyface side to her. They just can't. And again, Charlotte has even said she's not meant to be a babyface. So now the whole thing of her and Asuka respecting each other being tag champions, this was just a whole joke. So she goes off to the side. Rhea Ripley takes on Asuka in a rematch. Their match was fine. It's just, unfortunately, it's just a match that I was looking forward to for WrestleMania, and it's just not as good as I thought. And it just, sometimes it happens. Sometimes two great superstars like Asuka and Rhea just don't have the best chemistry. They tried. Here's an example of something they tried, it didn't work. Not that it was all horrible. Rhea, they put her over the right person. It's just, you're not going to expect a classic out of them. The match ends in a DQ because Charlotte gets disqualified, so it looks like we're going to be having a triple threat match with Rhea Ripley, Asuka, and Charlotte Flair at, not Backlash, WrestleMania Backlash. That's right, that's the next pay-per-view coming up, WrestleMania Backlash. I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting a lot of WrestleMania rematches on that show. Looks like it so far, because we're probably getting a triple threat here for the Raw Women's title. And most likely, Charlotte's going to win. Charlotte's probably going to win the title. Also, what the heck's up with Rhea Ripley? Is she a heel? Is she a face? I can't tell. And if she's going to feud with Charlotte Flair, she better as hell not be the heel. She better be the face. If you dare try to change Charlotte back to being a face, to face off with the newest badass on the planet, Rhea Ripley, you are insane. And I mean absolutely, positively insane. But yeah. So we're probably getting that at WrestleMania Backlash. Then we have Mandy, not yet. We have The Miz revealing that his special guest on Miz TV is going to be none other than his wife, Maryse, who we haven't seen Maryse in quite some time. We'll get to that in a little bit. And then we have, so obviously, when a funny little blooper happens on live TV, Vince McMahon's got to beat it to death. So this past Sunday, obviously because of the rain, Mandy Rose slipped and fell on the ramp, flat on her ass. Nia Jax is watching it and making fun of Mandy, and Mandy's like, well, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, and slaps Nia Jax across the face for no reason. And then it was very weird. It looked so awkward. It looked like Mandy wanted to give Nia a hug, but then Dana Brooke came out of the blue and they double teamed and took out Nia Jax. Except for a match later we definitely got a worst match of the year candidate on this list, on the show. Then we have this segment with Alexa Bliss. So, again, the biggest problem I had with WrestleMania 37, of course, as we all do, was the booking between Randy Orton and The Fiend. The Fiend, and here's what I'm hearing. Apparently, it was originally booked. The Fiend was going to squash Randy Orton so bad it would write Randy Orton off TV for most of the summer. And you know what? Fine. Randy Orton deserves some time off. He's like, what, 40, 41 years old? He's done a lot right now. Give him a breather and, let him come back for something fresh. Because other than that, what's he going to do right now? Who's he going to feud with right now, to be honest? And apparently that was the plan. And then Vince and Bruce changed their mind. They put Randy Orton over with one stinking RKO on The Fiend. And the whole idea of this is to completely transform the Fiend gimmick onto Alexa Bliss. Because Alexa Bliss, she's got her blonde hair, she's got her blue eyes. Well, I don't know what color eyes she has now since she's freaking Lexi Quinn. But yeah, they don't like the Fiend gimmick on Bray Wyatt, but they like it on Alexa Bliss. So, Alexa Bliss has this segment, this Alexa's Playground segment, where basically she said the reason why she did what she did is because, the darkness rescued her, which is true. Alexa was dead in the water before she was brainwashed by the Fiend last summer. But she came to a point where she was just like, why do I even need the darkness? I don't need it at all. I can do it all myself. And she introduces her new friend, Lily, which is just some random ass puppet that looks like a puppet of the Fiend. So, if the whole idea is to basically suck the life out of Bray Wyatt's Fiend gimmick and put it all on Alexa Bliss, then God Lord help us. Bray Wyatt should join his brother Bo and invest in other options. Because this is getting it's just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. The WWE had a perfect gimmick to make Bray Wyatt put together, a Hall of Famer, and yet they tried to ruin it, because they, for some reason, do not like Bray Wyatt. So even if they do have another match, a blow-off match at WrestleMania Backlash, it's done. Because, again, if the whole idea, again, of this story was the fact that Randy Orton, based off their history, knows how to get to the Fiend, then, him setting the Fiend on fire was a good way to set the Fiend getting his revenge, and in some ways, making the Fiend a babyface. Well, you had the Fiend lose again to one stinking RKO. A move that how many other wrestlers have kicked out of? And not even the Fiend could kick out of an RKO. All this just to put the Fiend gimmick on Alexa Bliss. That's disappointing. And later in the show, we have a Firefly Funhouse segment where Bray was just like, obviously he knows who his true friends are, and don't worry, he'll be back. Well, guess what? He, unfortunately, is not big, oh my gosh, to us anymore. It's like in 2017, where the sky's the limit for Braun Strowman. Now they put that glass, that little, that actual ceiling up to, block the sky. That's they've done now to Bray Wyatt. Because what's the Fiend going to do now? How in the world is the Fiend going to recover from this? Because they didn't have the Fiend, get involved at all in the main event, and Randy Orton was there, so is this them moving on from it? Who the hell knows? All I know is that booking was just wrong, and just the fact that they're literally just sucking the life out of Bray Wyatt right now is just... Again, he's someone else that needs to just get out and go somewhere he's going to be much more respected for, and treated right as well. The Miz has Miz TV. It basically was just a thing to put over the Miz and Mrs., which is why Maurice was there. And he also praises Bad Bunny, but he's taking the credit basically saying that he's the reason why Bad Bunny looked awesome at WrestleMania. Out comes Damian Priest, who says, no, it's not you should be taking the credit. And the Miz challenged them to a match, but Maurice suggests to be a 2-on-1 handicap match. And they beat Damian Priest. They make Damian Priest look like an idiot, and he loses a 2-on-1 handicap match to The Miz and John Morrison. Hey, hey, hop, hop, no, no. Yeah, so we've had Keith Lee lose 2-on-1 to Miz and Morrison, and now we're having Damian Priest lose 2-on-1 to The Miz and Morrison. Even though it was a dirty cheat, yes, but still. Whoa! I'm not impressed at all whatsoever, as you see. Then we have this match. This is definitely a candidate for worst match of the year. Don't be surprised if I do get to do the best and worst match, like a top 10 at the end of the year. Don't be surprised if this match was on it. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke versus the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. So, again, the story about this was Nia Jax was making fun of Mandy Rose for falling at WrestleMania, and Mandy's like, yeah, so what? Well, as they're getting into the ring, Nia Jax's foot gets caught in the ropes, and she trips. And then the match happens. Nia slips on the apron and smacks her knee off of the apron. Not her hole, her knee. She instead of going, my hole, she's going, my leg! But not just that. When they're just doing that, I'm like, this ain't funny. They then have Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke exit the ring, back away like cowards, going, calm down, calm down, calm down. And Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler win by count out. Who the heck are the heels in this match? Yeah, I thought it was Nia and Shayna. But we got this? We got Mandy and Dana being the baby faces and they're backing off like cowards? Like, what the heck? Who thought that was a good idea? Who thought that made sense? I would love to know. I would just love to know. Because that made no sense. Easily one of the worst matches of the year so far. It's like, what the hell? So it was just a comedy fest with Nia Jax falling down. Vince is probably backstage laughing his ass off because he thinks that's funny. I didn't think it was funny because it's just them once again beating something small and stupid to death. Mandy Rose falls. Everyone falls. Well, okay, I'm not for real. I'm about to say, look, I'm going to fall right now. Ugh. Is that funny? Now, Vince say, are we going to show? So he's going to go, It's not funny. It isn't funny. It's stupid. It just shows again how childish Vince McMahon can be. What else we got here? Oh yeah. So then we have MVP addressing the WWE Universe. He wants to celebrate. He puts over Drew McIntyre though, but saying, Drew, you took your eye off the target. Which brings out McIntyre and admits he made a mistake. But he claims eventually he's going to get a rematch, which I'm thinking, whoa. Again, Drew, I love you, homeboy. You've had a great run. You had a great run this past year. You've been excellent in the main event scene. I will never take that away from you. I know a lot of people were complaining that he got a rematch before Survivor Series last year, but my thing was, okay, he beat Randy Orton twice already, and he lost, and he drops the championship. Why shouldn't he get a rematch? Drew got his rematch, and he lost. So I'm thinking, whoa. I love you, Drew, but it's time to move on. But he comes out saying he wants to get a rematch. Braun Strowman came out, tells Drew, get to the back of the line, which is true. Because, no offense, Drew, I love you, but you should. He says, get to the back of the line, and it's now his time to get his championship match he claims he should have gotten months ago at Elimination Chamber. And then out comes Randy Orton, noting that he claims he can focus on the WWE Championship once again. Yeah, because he beat The Fiend. In case you forgot about that opening rant. Well, that recent rant I just did. And I was so hoping for a fourth member. Either Keith Lee, which, okay, may have been a little too soon for Keith Lee to be facing Bobby Lashley. Or Of course, obviously, that changed as the news today. I was hoping it would have been Samoa Joe. With Joe is not on commentary, I was hoping the fourth member was another surprise return, and it was Samoa Joe. But it was not. And of course, we know what happened. He got released today, which we'll talk about that again in another video. But it's a triple threat match. The winner faces Bobby Lashley in the main event. In the main event of this show is going to be the triple threat match with Orton, McIntyre, and Strowman. The winner faces Lashley at WrestleMania Backlash. The New Day then defeat Jackson Riker and Elias by pinfall. And then we have that Firefly Funhouse segment. And in the main event, Drew McIntyre defeated Randy Orton and Braun Strowman by pinfall. Which, again, like I said, I love you, Drew, but it's just like, why are you getting another shot when you obviously lost? He lost at WrestleMania. I don't get why they gave him another shot. Again, I love you, Drew. If you ever became champion again, I'm not going to complain. But, again, it was time we move on to something new. Unfortunately, because Lashley won. But then, no. We're not done. Afterwards, we have MVP come out. And he comes out, and then Drew McIntyre gets attacked by Dominic Dijakovic and T-Bar and Mace. Former Retribution members stands on the stage with MVP, and it looks like we got a new Hurt Business. Yeah, the Hurt Business is not Bobby Lashley, MVP, Cedric Alexander, and Shelton Benjamin, like it should still be. No, now the Hurt Business is Bobby Lashley, MVP, T-Bar, and Mace. That's the best you can do? You have Bobby Lashley and MVP even complain to Vince McMahon about ending the Hurt Business, which nobody was for Vince ending the Hurt Business. But Vince didn't like Cedric and Shelton, so he pushed him aside. So instead of giving us at least Dominic Dijakovic, we got T-Bar and we got Mace. The same jokes from Retribution, now they're the Hurt Business. So we should be happy now. The Hurt Business is back. Hurt Business, Hurt Business, Hurt Business. You love the Hurt Business. No, we're not. That's not the Hurt Business. That's Hurt Business 2.0. Hurt Business 2.0 is not the original Hurt Business. That original Hurt Business rocked. It was awesome. Cedric Alexander was doing excellent work. Shelton Benjamin, his career was revived. Bobby Lashley became a world champion because of the booking of the Hurt Business and freaking MVP. At least Bobby Lashley is now still surviving. But yeah, now the Hurt Business is full of Bobby Lashley, MVP, T-Bar, and Mace. Let's just call it a night. Well, let's just call it a review. That's my review of Raw. Terrible show. Absolutely terrible, intelligent, insulting show. I gave it an F. I gave it an F. There's nothing on this show that made me excited. Nothing on this show at all. Nothing got me at all. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was an awful show. It flopped. I gave it an F. And I'm not looking forward to more episodes of Raw. I'm not looking forward to... I don't even want to watch another episode of Raw. Yeah, I probably will end up watching the highlights or watching but I'm done focusing when I watch Raw. Raw is background noise again to me. I want to do other things again. I want to watch. I want to get back to my Harry Potter Let's Play. I want to review sitcoms. I want to do more. I'm tired. I mean, I did WrestleMania season, focusing on Raw, focusing on SmackDown, and all that stuff. But I'm tired of giving them my all with it. Again, I love you guys. I want to keep the main content on my channel, but I want to do something new. And after this episode of Raw, again, it was just a reality check, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm done giving this all the focus I give it. I want to do something else. While I have Raw in the background, I'll be playing a video game. I'll be doing something else. I'll be producing other things for this channel that I just want to do instead. I mean, throw in the stuff to still be consistent, at least share what happened. But I'm just done focusing on the show. I am so done focusing on a show that Vince is just in so much control of, and he just loves to micromanage. And like I said, it just does not work. The people who got released today, I hope to God they find somewhere they get treated much better than they did here. Bo Dallas, Samoa Joe, Mickie James. Anybody new? Check the live chat. Anybody new? Let me see here. Let's check the live chat before we go off the air here. JR, imagine Samoa Joe and Taz at the announce table. Ooh! Samoa Joe and Taz. What if Samoa Joe went to AEW and joined Team Taz? I actually kind of like that. That would be a dream. Well, for commentary also, yes. Jimmy Uso getting released? What? Whoa. Well, my show comes in a couple minutes, but let me go on Twitter here for a second. Don't tell me they released Jimmy Uso. Do not tell me they released Jimmy Uso. Anything else? Okay, yeah, Mojo's been officially released, as I kind of doesn't surprise. I forgot about Mojo Rawley. Come on, anything else? Well, there's advertising stuff for SmackDown. As of now, I don't see here. Let me find Alex, because the Lex man, Alex, says, I usually see a lot of news from him. Let me see what he has to say. Anything new? Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Yes, I'm starting to sing some music now because I just need to get some life in here. Tucker's saying, looking forward to telling my story. Of course, that's also a podcast that's another thing I gotta review. Speaking of which, is that Tucker smoking a joint? Making lemonade? Must be smoking like some type of something just to celebrate him getting free. Yeah, I guess that's always that's something I also gotta review. Some of these podcasts. I look. Okay. Naomi came out saying, I'm fine, everybody, just feeling the releases today. Okay, so she's not released. Okay. I'll have to look around and see if I find anything more. But if Jimmy Uso got released, oh my goodness, that'd be nuts. They won't release Jay, but they will release Jimmy also. Vince needs to retire. Yes, but he's not going to retire. What's up, Mark? Raw, boring for sure. Even though Retribution's over, they're still keeping those stupid names. Yeah, like I said, they could at least give them their own names back. Especially Dijakovic. That would have been... It's not happening. WWE hates tag teams. Raw commentary sucks. Oh yeah, also, that new guy. Who the heck's he? That new commentator that they have on Raw now? Who the heck is that guy? I don't remember his name, but he didn't impress me much. I'll be real. Mark was hoping for a Becky or a Ronda return. Me too. I really was hoping we can get that. I don't know. Again, when Becky comes back, I don't know if she's going to go to SmackDown since Seth's on SmackDown. Or maybe, they'll want, Seth being on SmackDown and Becky being on Raw. That way, one of them could be there to watch the kid. I don't know. Who knows? But they didn't come back. Yes, I should call it Backlash, not WrestleMania Backlash. Over-exaggerating. Raw F for sure. Get rid of those women's tag titles for damn sure. We should run Raw and SmackDown. Tyler gets SmackDown, I run Raw. Why do I get Raw? Blue's my favorite color, bro. Tyler, blue is my favorite color. I should get SmackDown. I'd be able to write Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan, but Titus slipping at Greatest Rumble was funny. Oh, it was funny, but of course Vince just beat it to death after that. Why are we getting Drew versus Lashley again? Again, I don't know. They have nothing to do probably. Edge winning the Rumble was a bad call. It should have been AJ because AJ won't get back his world his world title from Reigns on SmackDown. But AJ's a former WWE champion, so you get it from Lashley, but I don't know. Raw is the worst brand 2021 for sure. Impact is better than Raw from what I hear, definitely. I heard something about they sent me a rumor video that Vince McMahon said that he was releasing Jimmy Uso. That's... If they did, again, that's just so dumb. Like, why would you release him but not Jay? Don't release the Usos. Well, if they want to go to AEW, then, find me or something, but... Yeah, I think if they did that, it'd be dumb to release Jimmy, but to keep Jay. Like, why keep one or the other? I don't know, guys, but it's 7:58. One of my shows is going to be coming on soon, so I'll try to do more of the reviews before I go to bed tonight. NXT will be next. Definitely have to do a turn alert for Charlotte at least. And, of course, I will work on my graphics. At some point in the next couple of days, I will talk about the releases. But with obviously showing that they're not done yet, I'm just going to just sit back for a few minutes and just let all that happen, and then we'll talk about those releases, just like we did last year with graphics, of course, because that's a good talking point. So yeah, guys, wow, almost a 45-minute review. I didn't expect that first episode of Raw, but see, that's what happens when I got energy and I can talk about things. Don't expect this. Don't expect all these reviews like this for Raw, especially for a while now. But yeah, guys, that's my Raw review. I gave it an F. Bad show, and not excited for Raw going forward whatsoever. Sorry, but Bobby Lashley and Rhea Ripley as champions though sound awesome to me. So, guys, what were your thoughts on Raw as well? If you want to give me some early thoughts on the releases that happened today, you can give me those as well. Make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. And follow me on Twitter at DemandAirboy93. Till then, guys, I'll see you again hopefully later on tonight. This is the Club with Demand93. I am checking out. I will see you all later. Peace.